All right, Alan, how you doing?
I am great. How are you, Jen?
Where are you off to?
Well, I bought this place in Florida
Uh-huh.
and I've never really been a DIY person until now.
How come? We need to
So
come back to that.
I know, right? So I'm getting the last touches of my last DIY project of the winter when I go back home to cold Cincinnati.
Well, all of that sounds awful, but it's a very, yes, it's a very good lead into our topic this week, which is how all this past 2 years of remote working has affected buyers and how they search for homes. So what are you seeing out there?
Well, it's interesting because a couple of things. One, the pandemic really um, changed people's thinking about the current situation because they had to sit in their current situation and realized, wait, I don't really want to be here.
Right.
So they started searching because of that. But then the other thing is, companies have now figured out remote working.
Mhm.
It was starting before the pandemic, but the pandemic really accelerated everything. Where they thought they couldn't work remote or have their workers work remote, they can now. So
Mhm.
that's really affected people thinking, wait, if I can work anywhere, where would I want to work?
Yeah.
And they're
Where would I want
changing
to
it.
live?
I know, right? Where would I want to live and work? Exactly. So you can work anywhere now.
Yeah, and we both know that from personal experience. So you,
Yeah, absolutely. Because
yeah, and you
I,
actually, as a result, ended up, like you said, buying a place in Florida. So can you tell us like a little bit about how, just like summarize how you're working as a real estate agent, even though you're in Florida for 2 months?
yeah, so at one, I have you as a great business partner to
Obviously.
help, but
Mhm.
also, but I have put two properties on the market, being here, and gone through a sales process of those properties. So it's actually because we have Zoom
Mhm.
and because we can meet face to face with clients on Zoom, we don't necessarily have to be there in in person.
Right.
So I can do most of the work that I need to do uh, through Zoom,
Yeah.
and been able to continue to do real estate and do the marketing side of real estate. I mean, there's all kinds of things about real estate that can be done remotely. And there are a few things that we have to get somebody to actually go there physically, but for the most part, we can do the work we need to do remotely.
Right. And like you said, like a lot of people's jobs can be done remotely and have been done remotely. And so it opens up the opportunity to say, okay, what's a better lifestyle for me? Where do I want to be? Can I, and maybe get a different type of house in a different location? Can I be closer to family? And we're finding like a lot more buyers are searching, like they're actually coming in. Like people always say, like, I'm living the dream, right? But they actually are like living into their, like, I've always dreamed of living on in a log cabin in Milford, Ohio. And like that was not possible before because
Mhm.
maybe they worked in Fairfield or whatever, right? And it's like that didn't make sense. But now that they
Mhm.
don't have to commute, it's like, oh, I can do that now.
Right, exactly. It's really affected it. And our newsletter has a really great graphic and links to additional information
Mm-hmm.
about this opportunity for people to work and live
Mm-hmm.
wherever.
Yeah.
So if you're not on, if our listeners are not on our newsletter, let us know. We'd be happy to forward that to you. But it's great information.
Awesome. So, what is if they have a dream of maybe getting a different type of house and they need to sell the current house and buy, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way is text or call 513-646-1488.
Awesome. And then if they want to get on the newsletter, just send you a text or call that same number, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to add them. Yep.
Awesome. Thanks, Alan. Enjoy your DIY. We need a video on
Yeah.
that.
Right. Not my normal activity, but it's getting there.
New handyman service, Alan Whisman.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.